Hey Clashers, new layouts for the town level 9 all the way up to town level 15 for your Clan War League matches coming really soon. No problem, I got you covered. But before we jump into those, a quick explanation when it comes down to the Mashup Madness event, because I feel like there's a lot of question marks around this. Because when you're going to the event tab, you can see the event is still ongoing for 4 days and 13 hours. This time obviously might be lower for you as this video obviously is pre-recorded. The same thing though goes as well for the Mashup Madness Pass, which is 2 days shorter. So as I understand this, and this is not confirmed from Supercell, but to my understanding this means everything unlocked with this pass is going to end with the end of October, which means you cannot use the Madness event troops in the Clan War League because they are finished when this event is over, as a lot of people are speculating that they can use maybe the first, maybe the second day of the Clan War League, those event troops. The reason behind this is, as I guess, this is the pass which has to end kind of as the gold pass is ending, and at the same time they have made it that the event itself is not ending at the same time, so you can still spend your medals overall. This is why this timer right there is a little longer. This is my guess, this is my assumption. But with that being said, I just wanted to get this out there because I've seen so many people being confused about it, especially with my most recent Clan War League video. And just a heads up, there's going to be one more Clan War video coming from the last Clan War League. And yeah, just so you don't get confused. But now, let's just dive into the bases, because this is what you're here for, right? So the first base, as I always say, we're starting with the lowest town hall, then working our way up. Why should you watch this? Because I will always share the thoughts of those base builders and what clan classes they would put into their villages and why they would do so. As well, a huge shout out goes to RH Base Building to actually make those videos possible, because without sharing those bases, this video would not be possible in this form. As well, if you're thinking, well, I want to buy my own base, that's no problem. With the link down below in the Discord description, in the YouTube description, you can get onto the Discord of RH Base Building and buy your own bases. And that's as well where my next base pack is going to be published, as well, I will sell some legend bases for the next season, as I won't push that season, so you might want to check that out. But with that, well, and again, remember to use code iTzu to make sure that you have a 10% discount. But for now, let's dive in. Let's take a look. Town level 9. We want to start things off with the clan castle recommendation of 1 baby dragon, 1 headhunter, and 2 archers from the base from Valley. But after town level 9, it's not the highest town level, so let's just move on already to town level 10, because we have at least the Inferno Towers right there. And this is the base then from the next base builder from VRB. Again, all of those bases are core town level bases. Again, those are not tournament bases, which I feel like a lot of people are getting confused about. This is not to defend like Hero, Dive, Lalo, or Queen charges and all those crazy stuff, because this is what you're really rarely getting hit by in the Clan War League. No, those bases are built to defend the mainstream strategies, kind of like Mass Dragons. Surprisingly, a lot of you were not saying that you get attacked by mass witches, so it seems to be like mainly mass air attacks, mass dragons on the lower town level, and then as we move up, mass electro dragon, mass electro dragon armies, and that's as well the reason for then some of those choices for the clan castle. For the clan castle town level 10 though, we have 1 super minion, 2 headhunters, and 11 archers. Moving forward on town level 11, we have a base which I like quite a bit, which is again core town level, because this in the Clan War League can already save you sometimes a star with the opponent messing things up. And this one I like a lot because people like to go into the eagle. That's what they like to do, right? They want to take down that eagle artillery early on and make sure that it's going down. But the problem with this is that the clan castle is then on the back end, and this is typically where the heroes are then surviving and like coming in and doing some annoying stuff. But this is why the base builder Bone Crusher is recommending a lava hound with a loon on this one, to really make sure on the back end the hound is getting lured, and when one of those hounds is getting lured out, this can really be a big problem maker for a lot of those attacks. So with that being said, always make sure that you can mess things up really easily with that one hound, especially if the clan castle is set up for that. But let's move on to the next town level, which is town level 12. Town level 12 is built by Tutti, and well, this base is really looking evil as on town level 12 and above we have the town hall fighting back. And this is the important thing, it can fight back, so it's even more important to actually protect it, and that's exactly what you do with some really nasty looking sweepers pointing into the direction of that clan castle to make sure that it's always surviving until the back end and really being a big problem for whatever attack it looks like. In the end as well, we have the tornado trap from the most likely angle from the bottom side where the eagle is located, and the clan castle with 2 super minion and 2 rocket loons, and then fill with whatever should be a big problem. If you get attacked only by air, like only by lightning dragons to be more specific, just use 40 archers. It's not town 15, you don't have 50 archers on town level 13, but if you can have your teammates spending that many archers, trust me, archers can be really annoying to deal with for any attacker, especially if they're not paying full attention. Next base is a really interesting one, as the sweepers on this one are kind of flipped, as we have normally, as the last base, kind of like a more classic setup, where the sweepers are on the flanks of the town hall. On this one would have been at the top and on the bottom side of the town hall, but this time it's like set up a bit differently. So I think that gives a really interesting touch to the base, which makes it more annoying to approach. As well, the base builder ranked is recommending a hound and 2 headhunters and 3 archers for this one. And with having those open corners, especially around the eagle, this should make sure that whatever is going in that direction, like if it's a hero or whatever, should lure out the clan castle and be a really annoying force on the back end yet again. With that being said, we have 2 more town level left. Town level 14 and town level 15. Let's move on to town level 14 next, as we have one of those bases from Kronos. It's a box base, and it's one of those annoying looking ones, which means we have again the protection of the town hall with like 1 Inferno tower behind, 1 Inferno tower in front, with the X-bows covering as well. Then on the far side we have the Inferno tower with the eagle as well, well protected with some more X-bows, and then the scatters on the flanks like covering everything. The clan castle, which he recommends, is 2 super minion, 2 headhunters, and then fill with archers to make sure that it's as annoying as possible, because this time the clan castle is really in the core, so it's unlikely that any heroes would lure out ice golems or like a lava hound, for example. So since most of you get attacked by air, this would make no sense to have any of those in there. So with that being said, town level 14, nice base, but let's move on to town level 15, because that is the last town level, with then having the base built by Stefan, and that's a ring base. One of them which I like quite a lot, because it is really spread out, which is really key nowadays if you want to defend super archer blimps nicely, because there's 2 options. First option was one of those bases, it's like you go for a cheap blimp. What does this mean? Well, you have to send a blimp which is not getting covered by the warden, which is always really risky. Like, it's a really huge risk. But then again, if you're taking the warden ability for your blimp, you need to get the value, which is not easy versus a base like this, which is so spread out when it comes down to the value. So this can be sometimes quite tricky to accomplish and get all the value needed. The clan castle which he recommends is 2 icy golems, 1 headhunter, and then fill with archers to make this base as annoying as possible. Well, again, a huge shout out goes to Average Base Building to making this possible, and every single base builder with building bases. And well, let me know if there's anything more specific you would like to see next month, as we're doing this every single month, like strategy wise or overall base style wise, which has worked well for you in your Clan War League matches, and we should have the next base style for that specific town level. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next Clash video. Until then, see ya and bye bye.